Good morning. I'd like to start by sharing a story of something that happened right here. It was almost 10 years ago, the first time that my dad came to our home here in Wheaton. He'd never been here before. And when he stepped in that door right there, we're in the entryway, he looked at the grandfather clock and I think he glanced around and saw paintings and stuff. And he was kind of having a moment. And I knew exactly what was happening. See, my parents separated in 1977. And I don't know that my dad was ever at my mom's house after that. They saw each other from time to time. But as I saw him looking at the grandfather clock and other things, I realized it was very familiar to him because he purchased most all of this stuff back in 1967. And so I put my hand on my dad's shoulder and I said, yeah, there's a reason why you're looking at the clock and why you recognize it. You purchased all this stuff back in 1967. And I was very blessed to inherit it from my mother. You know, I inherited a lot of things from my parents. I'm not talking about stuff so much right now as a lot of good qualities. I consider my parents to be part of the greatest generation. Tom Brokaw coined that expression. And they were part of World War II. I'm going to come back to that in just a moment. I was sitting right over there with my father-in-law, and he was telling me about stuff about World War II. And he always says, well, I didn't really fight in World War II. By the time I got to Japan, the war was over. So finally I asked him, I said, but how did you get there? And he was telling me about going from San Francisco to Hawaii and then from Hawaii to the Philippines. And en route to the Philippines, they were having torpedoes shot at them all the time. That's when I said, Danny, you're in the war. Then he's like, kind of like, aw, shucks. I appreciate that so much about the greatest generation, their humility. I think back to my father and so many people that came through World War II. It was the crucible that created a great generation of leadership. I think of all the things that my dad accomplished. He was the president of a corporation. He was a colonel in the Air Force. He was on the board of governors for the American Baking Association. He was a leader, but he was kind of a quiet leader. I really respect that about him. I wonder, with what we're going through right now, who will be the leaders that will come out of this crucible? I think that we're going to be going through difficult times. And I really believe that when we go through difficult times, it develops leadership. Something that reading a book can't do. And there's going to be some tasks and skills that will have to be done in the months and the years ahead that maybe people don't even know what they are yet. But some of you out there today, you're going to develop those gifts, those skills, and do those tasks. And you're going to be our heroes as we go forward. This is for all generations. May we rise to the occasion and may God use us in this time. God bless you. Have a great day.